Alright, so today we're going to make some single and double head poles for Shuai Chiao. We're using a variety of material today. The three most common things that someone would use to make them out of is either PVC pipe like this. This one here is actually for electrical conduit, but you can use plumbing pipe as well. Just the electrical is much thicker and more durable. The metal pipe is actually just for chain link pipe. And then of course we have a post, and this post is 4 inches in diameter. It would be better to have a 3-inch in diameter. But we're going to use it today, and we're going to make the double-headed pole out of it. And it's much larger around, but we're going to utilize it more to help strengthen our grip more. I mean, just basically because it's going to be harder to hold on to. This tube here, it's like a hollow tube, and these are used for pouring concrete for posts and things that you're going to put around some structure. But we're going to use it today, and we're going to cut it into pieces, and we're going to use that to form our concrete around our poles. And then we have our concrete. Pretty much any kind's going to work. This is 2 different ones here, some Quickcrete and Satcrete. But if you're making one double pole and one single-headed pole, then you're probably going to need at least 1 bag. Instead of using the cardboard tubing to make them, you can also use like plastic or clay flower pots. We're going to use this one today for one side of one of our poles, and then after it dries and hardens today, tomorrow, then we'll come back and we'll use the pot again and make the other side. Another thing that's important is some type of an oil. I mean, you can use vegetable oil, you could use WD-40 like this, you could use motor oil, but we're going to spray this inside of the pots and inside of the pieces of the cardboard that we're going to use, so that the concrete doesn't stick to it when we create it. Another thing you can do if you're concerned about the concrete coming off of the poles is you can get something like this, like tie wires, and drill holes through the pipe where the concrete's going to be. Insert those before you pour the concrete, and that way again it helps to adhere to the concrete and the pole together a little bit better. A couple other things you may need, or I'll say you should need, is like a level. You'll need a level when you make them to ensure that the pipe is as straight within the thing that you're going to use to pour the concrete in as you can. You could possibly use a drill as well. A shovel to help you mix your concrete, and then we have some cardboard here. The cardboard, whenever we create the piece, we're going to set it on top of the cardboard. And again, I'll probably for the cardboard tube, we'll probably use a piece of this as the base, and we'll spray a little oil or WD-40 on that so it doesn't stick to the cardboard. But we'll also utilize the other cardboard, one of the larger piece, to mix the concrete on, and then we'll use the other small pieces just to set underneath the stuff so it doesn't stick to any other surface or damage anything. So that's pretty much all the little supplies you need, and I'm going to try to link this together with a couple other pieces so that we can put these together and make them. Okay, so we have our tube cut into pieces. I made these 8 inches. I sprayed the insides with some WD-40 and on the bottom so the concrete won't stick. We also used our pot, and it's coated with WD-40 also. We have our post here to go into this one, chain link post to go into this one, and then our piece of PVC pipe to go into the pot. And we have our concrete mixed. It's ready to go. And now we're going to go ahead and fill them up, and then I'm going to cut it again, and then we'll film the last little part. Okay, so we have the poles made, or the first day anyway. So this one is going to end up just being a single-headed pole. We're going to leave it as it is. This one here that we made with the wooden post, we're gonna wait till it dries and hardens, just like the one in the flower pot. And then tomorrow we will flip them over and we will make the other side, and then they'll be done. So all the tools that we left now are, we've got another bag of concrete, we've got our level, and then we have some little aluminum or metal pins to put in the top of this one here, because we decided to go that way to hold it better together. Now, I'm going to tell you, looking at this one, the thickness of it and the size, when it's completed, it's going to be very heavy. This one is going to be heavy too. So what I recommend to you is, if you've never used these before, I would always go smaller and at first. That way you can at least use it. If it's too big, you may not be able to do it without, possibly pulling something in your back or your shoulders or something. But I cut these at 8 inches, and that's probably good enough. I mean, if I was more concerned about the weight, I would probably make them like 5 or 6 inches, or I would use, these are 8 inches, the diameter of this cardboard tube. But they go up as much as to 12 inches. And you could do like a 12 and then, just cut it at 4 inches or 5 inches and make it more like a barbell. But again, the biggest goal is you want it to where you can't make a complete fist around it. You want it to be more like you're grabbing it. So anyway, we'll come back tomorrow and we'll finish it off, and then we'll post this on YouTube. And I mean, a lot of people probably know how to make these, but there's some guys out there that would like to make them. They don't know how to make them, and so we want to make sure that we can at least have some information out there to help people. So I'm going to make a whole series of these on how to make apparatus over the next couple of months, and at the same time I'm going to also make how to use them, so how to make them and how to use them. So anyway, hope you liked the video, and like I said, we'll come back tomorrow for the last part. All right, day 2, we got the concrete poured in the bottoms. There's the tops. We're going to leave that one as a single-headed pole for right now. Maybe we'll turn it into a double-headed pole. Like I said, I used a 4-inch pole instead of a 3-inch, and purely more just for more grip strength development. This one here, like I said, the pots are kind of large, and possibly it's going to be, when it's all said and done, kind of a heavier piece. I will say this, like with the black plastic pipes, or butt pots, excuse me, there is quite a variety. You can get all different sizes and shapes at Home Depot or Lowe's or any gardening center. So, I mean, those are a great way to go if you don't want to try to get these cardboard tubes. I just like to use them because it's I can kind of adjust the size if I want, and they do come in 8 and 12-inch diameter pieces. So anyway, I hope whoever's watching this, you like the presentation, and they're simple to make. It's a great exercise tool from Shuai Chiao, and make yourself some. They're not that hard to make. Another thing too, you can if you have like a metal salvage yard in your in your town, a lot of times you can get like the metal pipe there, and you're going to only pay like whatever it is, 20-40 cents a pound, versus buying one of these pipes. And you buy these at Home Depot, they're around $30. Same thing with the PVC pipe. That post was only like $11. So there's a lot of options. You can find stuff and make them. You don't even have to buy the pots. You can recycle, reuse some from something else. Anyway, appreciate it if you liked it, and have a great day, and we'll do another one sometime soon.